this is Breda here bringing you another Trove video. So today in this video we are going to be talking about Trove and some stuff that has been talked about on the last live streams. So I have got my notes prepared right here, and first up on those notes is not last Friday's live stream, but not yesterday's live stream, but the Friday before that. I noticed a little thing. So when they opened when they were talking about the new stuff that was gonna be in, they actually looked at the welcome screen, which is right here. But right here at the coming soon tab there was something called badges. So I don't really know what this means, but it had like a few medals actually. So I think they might be putting something like achievements that other people can watch to see your accomplishments or something like that. I think they're putting something like that into the game, which is very, very interesting. But I don't know anything about that because it wasn't even talked about. It was just like a few seconds in the video that got shown. So I don't know what that is. Might be something very interesting. Also, something that I didn't notice is that retro mode is already into the game. I didn't notice this in any of the update logs. I didn't notice that it was in. While you are in retro mode, by the way, your inventory screens and all the pop-up screens aren't pixelated, so you will still be able to see all of your stuff properly. But this is very interesting. You can't read any of the text. It's very blurred out because it's like a filter that's just popped over here. It's very, very interesting. I kind of like it actually. So let's actually start talking about the big news. Yesterday, so that means last Friday live stream on Tryon Worlds, they talked about a bunch of stuff. So first off, they will be adding a bunch of new Shadow Arena awards. So by this I mean, for example, a new style that's gonna be added, which is a dark hood. Looks very cool. It's like a hood, and only if it's like totally dark at the face part, but you see the eyes kind of shine through. Very, very nice, very well done. Something that will be added as a reward as well are a few new pets. So I think I can actually, well, a few new allies. I think I can show some of them off. So right here, these three will be added as rewards, and also this one. This will actually move under the tab of Shadow Arena, and you will be able to get that through the Shadow Arena vendor, so as a reward for Shadow Arenas. By the way, if you're planning on doing Shadow Arenas, I recommend doing it on Fridays, because that means that there are going to be double shards, and you will that also applies on Shadow Shards, so you will get two instead of one, I guess. So that's very nice, makes your progress a bit faster. Something that they will also be adding as a reward, you can see right here already, is the fishing rod. Now this is the Chaos fishing rod. The lure of this rod is a eyeball, which is very nice. It's kind of like a tentacle design for the rod itself, and it can fish in any type of liquid, so that's very cool. Also this mag rider that you can see right here, they'll be adding that too, so that's very cool as well. You can also see the pets. That's kind of, you know, they hinted at that with this welcoming screen. Let's see. Oh yeah, they will also be adding some new sails. So they have added a bunch of sails already, but I don't think they're in here already. No, so they're gonna be adding a lot more sails actually, and they're gonna be acquirable through the Shadow Arena vendor. So that's very, very, very cool. Also a new mount, which is kind of like a shadow, a warhorse, excuse me, a warhorse design like this one right here, but then more chaos-y tentacle like stuff. Very cool, very cool. And the new Mag Rider already showed you. Excuse me. Let's see, ships. They are gonna be adding this one, the Chaotic Clipper. Now, they were kinda not sure on the live stream if it was gonna be acquirable through the Shadow Market or through Chaos Chests, but I think in the end they kinda said, yeah, Chaos Chests. So I'm not sure if they will keep it at Chaos Chests or if they will change it in the end, but that's kinda what they were talking about right then. Also, something very interesting, they will be adding new shadow arenas in the future. So not right now, they aren't gonna be in the game as of next update, but they are working on it, so that's very, very cool. And they are also working on some new Radiant Ruins, so new shadow arenas and new Radiant Ruins. So that's very interesting, actually. I would like to see more Radiant Runes, because right now they're kinda annoying to do, because it's always the same thing. So yeah, I hope they're gonna be doing a good job on that. Also, something that was shown off accidentally was a sushi mount. So with that I actually mean, let me see, switch to pirate. You see this mount right here, this type of model, so the body of this, but then sushi, so you're actually riding sushi, so that's very, very cool. They weren't supposed to show that off, but a tester that was in the stream in one of the test servers accidentally was riding this mount on the stream, so unfortunately for them, but very fortunate for us, so that's very cool. Let me see, they will be adding a new starter pack, which is very, very, very cool. It's going to be, you're gonna be able to get, wait a second, 750 credits out of it, a bunch of chaos chests, the new hood, and, well, the last thing you're gonna be able to get in that new starters pack is a bit of a troll from the developers. If you have been following the Reddit of this game at all, you will know that people have been raging at these boots. Like, the boots are real, they're everywhere on the forums, on the Reddit, so, you know, everybody hates them. So the developers decided to make a pet modeled after a boot, so it kinda hops behind you. It gives you jump boost. There will be craftable boots, and there will be one of them included in the new starter pack. The one that they showed off in the live stream was actually, it gave you 10 jumps, so that's the most jumps any pet will give you. It's a lot. I've got like 2 jumps on this character, so that will give me 12 jumps just because I have a pet. And you know, it kind of looks ridiculous having a boot behind you. There are a bunch of boots. There actually is a Digsley boot, but you'll have to have a Digsley and then craft it into one of those, so it's wasting a Digsley, or just, you know, making it into something better, I guess. But all the boots give you jump boost and then another stat on top of that, so that's very, very interesting. But all of the boots give you, yeah, jump boost. So also, yeah, they kind of said that the boots are gonna be the stepping stone in between the Glim pets, so that means that you haven't got enough Glim yet to buy a good Glim pet. So you're still using a boot, so it's gonna be like the starter thing to have that. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but I'm very interested at seeing what's gonna happen with the idea of the boot. But they aren't gonna be easy to craft though. The boots that are gonna be craftable, like the Digsley boot, they're not gonna be easy to acquire. Also, in the next update, they will be adding new wings. Let me see, they're in the collection already. The Bloodsucker wings and the Exoline wings. So these are gonna be available in the store, which is very nice. They're gonna be available for 2,500 credits, or to 20,000 cubits. So that means that we're actually gonna be able to get some new wings without having to spend real money, so that's very, very nice. I am very much looking forward to that. It's not gonna be cheap, don't get me wrong, it's gonna be very hard to get because, you know, costs a lot. But oh well, I guess it's worth it. Wings are awesome, and I know which wings I'm gonna get. So that's very cool. Now the last thing and the biggest thing that I actually talked about on this live stream was the new class. Yes, you heard me correct. They're gonna be adding a new class. It's gonna come out this month, May, so that's very, very, very cool. I'm looking forward to that, and it's a really, really interesting class actually. So it's called the Adventurer for now. They're thinking about changing the name, they're not quite sure yet, but for now it's called the Adventurer. Yeah, so it can actually use two types of weapons. So it can use the bow, which is very, very cool, and on top of that it can use a melee weapon. So its passive skill is that it does 2 weak attacks and then 1 strong one. So if you're using a melee weapon, it will actually look just like the first attacks are gonna just be a single swing, and then the third attack is gonna be an AoE attack. So that's very cool. If you are using a bow, you will actually shoot an arrow, shoot another arrow, and your third shot will actually be a spread arrow, like shooting 5 different arrows just all over the place. Very, very cool, doing a bit of AoE with your arrows. Now, this character is very interesting because it doesn't have energy. So as you see, the yellow part is our energy. If we do a skill, it uses a bunch of energy. And you know, it works out. That's the way this game works up until now. But the ultimate skills always have a cooldown and don't really use any energy. Now, this new character is never gonna use any energy. He doesn't even have any energy, which is very interesting. So you're not gonna have to look out for stuff with energy regen stats on there. So that's very, very interesting actually. Now your first skill is gonna be a boomerang. So what this does is, if you throw it out, it does damage, and it actually has a chance of stunning the enemy. And when it comes back, if you are able to catch it, then your cooldowns will be reduced. So for example, if you throw it and immediately catch it again, the cooldown of the boomerang will already be will be like more than 2/3 of the way done. So that's very nice. You don't have to wait very long to use that stuff, and it doesn't even use energy because you don't have any energy. Now your second skill, your first big skill, as I call them, the one that you unlock at level 3, will be let me think here. Oh yeah, it's the big bomb. So what this does, you throw a bomb out, it sticks to surfaces, it does a bunch of damage, it also damages blocks, and it does damage in a bigger radius than a normal bomb. So that's very, very cool. Also the fact that it sticks to surfaces is kind of cool. But like the bombs that you can craft, they explode on contact, so instant explosions, but these actually don't, so you kind of have to wait a little bit before they explode, which is, I don't know if it's gonna be as practical as a normal bomb, but then again, it has a bigger radius. Now the second big skill which you unlock at level 5 will actually be a urn, a mystical urn that you drop on the ground, a bit like this candy thingy right here. Now the lollipop has a chance of dropping like the speed candies or the health candies, but the urn has a chance of dropping 4 things. Now one of the things gives you a bit of health, it gives you a bit of health back. Now the second thing gives you a bit of cooldown back, which is very, very cool. They're kind of similar to the candies that you drop as a candy barbarian. Now then it gets interesting. So the third thing that you can actually get from the urns is a cluster bomb. So the urn will break and a bunch of bombs will sprout all over the place and do a bunch of damage. These actually don't damage blocks as of now. So that's very interesting. It does a bunch of AoE, a bunch of damage. It's very, very good, but you don't really know what you're gonna get. Now, the fourth thing you were able to get out of these urns is by far the most interesting. You will be able to get a bunch of chickens. Now, 3 chickens will spawn out of the urn, if you're lucky enough. And they are not normal chickens, they are angry chickens. And by angry I mean really, really freaking angry. So if a mob comes nearby, they charge at it and they just jump at it and, you know, tear it apart. So it does a bunch of damage. There's a bunch of angry chickens, and as like the chickens expire, so if they're in the world for a certain amount of time, they will actually explode into a bunch of feathers and then they'll be gone. So that's very, very interesting. I'm looking forward to this character. The fact that it can hold 2 weapons is very, very interesting, and it's coming out this month in May, so look out for that. Spare some qubits. And yeah, I hope we'll be playing with that guy in the near future. So guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed. Please leave a like if you have. Subscribe for more content. I will be doing videos after every Friday from now on to talk about this news. I'm also doing videos after every update. I'm doing some other Trove content. I'm doing a bunch of stuff, so subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter. And I hope you liked it. So hope you have a nice day and peace out. Bye guys.